Today is
9
April 9th, 2000, what year is it?
and 16.
You sure? 2016. You can see I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm in a better mood. There's been a whole bunch of crap going on, and you know, when you start stirring the crap up, the master of the shit stirring pops up, me. Ask my father. He used to say, "You're the best shit stirrer I've ever seen." But there's been a lot, hasn't there? Let's start with Donald Trump. We'll get to other things, don't worry. Donald Trump is the first. Donald Trump is, they're catching up to Donald Trump because they're attacking him from all sides. And Donald's not prepared for that. His team wasn't prepared for it. They went on the ground like they were supposed to be, but that would have helped. You have to remember, a day or two before the election, or the votes for the primaries in Wisconsin, Donald had a lead on Cruz, and all of a sudden he lost his lead overnight, and Cruz won by 20 points. Now, either something was wrong with the Quinnipiac results or polling, or someone stole the votes from Donald Trump in Wisconsin, which is what numerous people said happened, because they would vote for Trump and it would come back Cruz. And as a matter of fact, the head of the Republican committee in Wisconsin said, but if the Trump people do not know how to vote, then they should go back and learn, then come back, and maybe things will happen the right way. Well, I think they're all going to be subject to scrutiny on this one, because it was Iowa, it was Texas, it was Utah, and now it's Wisconsin. And I'm not even trying to be pro-Trump at the moment. I'm just using logic that when something like this happens, somebody has to do some work. They have to find out what happened. And I think Trump is doing that now. I don't think he's letting any grass grow under his feet. Okay? You have to understand something. I did. Trump's got them no matter which way he turns them. If he goes to the final, what's it called, the Republican National Committee delegates to see if he wins or not, if they vote for him or Cruz or now Ryan. I mean, they violated their agreements with Trump already. Okay? They violated them. They were supposed to support Trump. Instead, they're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at them. I mean, that poor guy. I understand he's got brass, you know what. You know, but the bottom line is he's got a beautiful wife next to him who's not so fragile. He's got a daughter who is as strong as the Rock of Gibraltar and also as smart as they come. And he's got the right family around him, but still, they've got to be pretty vulnerable to all the accusations and the name calling and everything else. Because after a while, no matter how much you've got around you, they strip the veils and they get to your vulnerability or your fragility, and they hurt you. They hurt you, and they don't care if they're hurting that family. That's how cruel they are. Very cruel. But, you know, he's got some options, and just look at it like this. He can take it to the end and wait for the delegates. When the delegates vote against him, he can then go to his independent party, set up his own independent party, and take half of the Republican Party with him, and some of the Democratic Party with him, and his own people with him as well. And what it'll do is it'll destroy both, the Democratic Party, the Republican Party. It'll have his own party, a third party. It'll be the best thing that could happen to the United States, is having the third party. It'll give the people the chance to really vote for who they want this time, because you never know what's going to happen next time. And we might not even get a chance to vote for who we want this time. This time here, we may be shut out again because they may be playing with those boxes again. George Soros, if Donald Trump wins, I hope he puts an arrest warrant out for you. I hope you'll never come into the U.S. again. I hope they catch you, and I hope they put you on national television when they hang you for what you've done to the American people. Okay, you old frigger? I hope that happens. Not just to you, to the others with you, the people you've got dancing like little puppets, you know? So, that's one option that Donald Trump has, is going all the way. The other option would be not to go all the way But to take it another 2 or 3 states and see where this guy Ryan comes in, and you know he's going to win New York, no question about it. If Cruz gets 1,000 votes in New York, the way he treated New York, he's going to be a lucky boy. Ryan might not get 500 if he's in the game. They're out of the game. Trump is a New York boy. He's getting it all. He's taking all the votes home just about. So he's not going to jump out then. He's going to wait and see to see if he can get that 1,200 and some votes. If he gets that, there'll be no voting, no election, whatever you want to call it, in the Republican National Convention. They won't have any voting with the delegates. Then the third thing would be, the second thing, he could walk away after the next 2 or 3 states, take his time, put his feet up, and go from state to state, getting his rallies and so on together, talking to the people, without having one of these big debates where everybody's coming at you all at one time and everybody else is relaxing and you're not. Okay? He can have, the rest of the way can be cruising in, going on his plane, going over here, going over there, over here, and you know something? He won't have any of those protesters out front either, because Cruz won't be there and the others won't be there, and he'll have his own people there. So I mean, it'll be a whole different ballgame of relaxation, getting his done, talking to the people, and while Cruz is fighting with Ryan, because Cruz wants to win, you know, and Ryan's going to try to, you know, I don't know if Trump can give his votes to anybody. If he could, he should split them up with Kasich and Ryan, and that way they all get about equal, and they'll be killing each other. In the meantime, Trump's out there with his own party, which means he's going to go to the presidential race no matter what. He's already in. He's a lock. Okay? And he's going to take his time and visit the people, and the people that he did, where he didn't win, where he should have won, and things like that. He can go revisit them, go back, and he can work his magic in a nice, relaxed manner. You know, I like that option there, right there, because it's going to tear him up, but especially if he can release his votes, what he's got now, and he can split it up. I'll give you some, I'll give you some. You can't have any Cruz. You've got some. And have them all fighting with each other. He takes off and does his own thing as the presidential nominee of his own party. Think about that. He'll destroy the Republican and the Democrat. Huh? Not so bad. He's got the Trump card right now, and he'll have it in the end too as well. So Donald, use your brain. You've got a biggie, and good luck. Good luck. I think you're going to do just fine. And by the way, you can also file a civil RICO against the Republican National Convention. You can file a civil RICO against the Ted Cruz. You can file it against all the delegates, all the super PAC, all the people that have conspired against you, including judges, including our government, if you want to call it a government. I still call it a government sometimes. But it's really, we all know, it's a corporation. It's nothing more than a corporation. It's pull the curtain and you got the guy at the computer like the Wizard of Oz. That's it. Nothing more. So, what do you have there? You got Donald Cruz winning. I mean, Donald Cruz. You got Donald Trump winning. Sorry. My head is spinning. It's spinning on that one. Boy, it's not a difficult decision to make. But, you know, depends upon when you want to drop out and when you want to put the screws to them before they put the screws to you. Okay? Now, the next thing. You know, we've gone through a lot together. And I thank you for standing by me through thick and thin. Even Gene Haynes' people stood by me thick and thin. And, you know, I never wanted to talk before the camera. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it. And I know that. And I'm telling you what I know when I tell you, and what I've been told, and it's coming from reliable sources. I have connections second to none. And Michael Dunn will tell you that, and others who know me. And I've got bad guys, I've got good guys. The bad guys are better than the good guys most of the time, okay? And I can reach out and I can get to people. You know, we've taken down so many different organizations, from OITC to Swiss Indo, and Red Dragon, and I mean, all kinds of nonsense along the way. Just one after the other. Karen Hoodis, another Joker, and now we've got another Joker called Cameron. What the hell is that guy's name? I don't even know if it's a guy. Let's just call him Cameron Fairley. Cameron Fairley, or Falley, whatever you want to call him. He's the guy that's claiming the divine gods and the intergalactic officials and orders and so on. And you know, I've never heard such bullshit in my life. And a lot of you are buying it. You're biting for it. Again, you bit for the Red Dragon. You bit for OPPT. And I mean, you think you would learn after a little while of fighting and going through this. But it's nonsense. It's nonsense. This guy has nothing. He's talking about the same shit the Red Dragon talked about. He's talking about Bretton Woods. But what he's forgetting to tell you is that Bretton Woods 1 and Bretton Woods 2 are both hijackings of the Western system created by the West. He's not telling you that. He's not representing the East, he's representing the West. He's never going to touch anything in the East, and there's nobody in the East going to jail. And if you got those spaceships up above like you think, and the intergalactic officials or protection or police officers or whatever up there ready to arrest us all, then God damn it, beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up. You fool. You think that I'm buying your shit? I don't buy your shit, okay? You can sell the people if you want your crap. Beam me up.